You want me to sing it, Jay? I'll sing it. Damn it. Happy
Nuggets or whatever.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, whatever.
Happy birthday
Birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday,
Hello, niggas.
Miss,
Well, I took the
J.
Mr.
part.
J.
President.
Bishop.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
Thank you.
you.
Appreciate it.
Happy birthday, man. How old are you today? 36?
Shit.
Shit,
Thought
I
he was
wish.
35. He was
I thought he
35,
was
Jay.
29, to be honest. I ain't want to insult him.
He talks shit like a 60-year-old though. But
Nigga,
You ain't bullshitting.
how old is James and Tunechi?
How old is what? James and Tume.
And subtract that by 5. That's
Nah, niggas, I ain't ashamed. I am 46.
That's
oh, you
cool. Praise
young man. You
God.
young. Yeah, boy,
Happy
you
birthday,
young now.
man.
You young man.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you,
So
thank you.
Oh,
you had something to say about these EP albums, right?
Yeah, niggas don't know the difference between an album and an EP. And they
uh-huh.
all on Twitter talking about, oh, this is an EP. Nigga, 7 songs is an album.
Uh,
Look,
Mm.
according to what?
look. Okay,
Ah.
I'm gonna tell you. I remember, cause I'm old. Back when niggas, you think about your most classic albums. How many songs was they really? Anita Baker's Rapture was only 8 fucking songs, and that's an album.
keep
Nigga,
Y'all see,
my
people got
nigga,
because of the
just here,
music era.
my nigga.
Because
I,
the
I
music
want you.
era
I want you
came
to
and niggas could
understand something,
start piling 17, 18 songs on a CB on a CD. Y'all
nigga.
got used to the length of an album being that long, but that's not
That
an
was
album. That's
33
really
years
a
ago, my
double album.
nigga. That was 33 years ago. You don't even own shit that's 33 years old, other than records.
That don't change the fact that it's still an album. So are we saying the Rapture is not an album anymore because it's only got 8 songs? It's still an
Here we
album.
go.
Janet Jackson's Control only has 8 too.
It has 9. It actually has
Oh, I'm
9.
sorry.
But the time, look at the time. The Time's first album only had 6 songs.
I think
The
what
second
makes it
album only
difficult
has
for
six
me.
songs.
I mean, I hear you. I can agree with you. I can agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Just was playing devil's advocate. But
I
what
look
makes
at
it
it like
hard for
five
me,
five songs or less. 5 or less is an EP.
what makes it hard for me is that you have 7 songs, but you have 2 songs that's 2 minutes. Come on now. One verse and a whole bunch of stuff. And I know I did for the purposes of today's hangout. I did go back and I did listen to the Kanye album, and because I watched the live stream last night, and I purposely stayed away from it today because a part of me did not want to like it,
But you
and
liked it.
I don't. I don't.
What?
Kanye has
I'm
passed.
shocked.
Hold on.
Kanye has kind of passed
Does he
me.
not have
Like,
the? He doesn't have the genius mantle anymore.
I'll put it like this. I'll put it like this. So I really kind of stopped fucking with Kanye during after Life of Pablo because I just did not get into that project. I thought My
Damn, it
Beautiful
took that
Dark
long.
Twisted Fantasy was borderline. I mean, it's genius in terms of um the music and all of that stuff. I thought My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was basically like a 4.5 mic album. But
Wow.
when he did Life of
Mm.
Pablo, he had just went too far in that direction for me. He had, I mean, I tolerated Yeezus because I found parts of Yeezus that I liked. There were elements of Yeezus that I liked. For this project, I liken this project to Kanye's. It's almost like Kanye's 444 in a way because it's very personal. He's talking about a lot of mistakes he's had. He's talking about a lot about it's very introspective and stuff like that. It's just that the production, I mean, he still has some things that's real sample based, which you know I love. I love that. I think that I just have a soft spot for sample based music, and I always will. But a lot of it is, you know, a lot of weird singing and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, am I just not hip no more? What the fuck? Like I always, you know, could just kind of find my niche within it and understand the point. I don't really think people are hyping it up for the right. A lot of people who are hyping it up because of all of the craziness that's behind it. But this would be the first project that would kind of be affected by the fact that, okay, I think he off. Like I think he's off. You know what I'm saying? And him, the whole conversation about slaves and you know this that it was off putting to me and into it with bias. And I try not to do that when I listen to people's stuff. But I just didn't really. He had a couple of joints. He had a couple of joints that kind of caught me. But overall, I just didn't think it was. I mean today, but Kanye's projects of late have had kind of like a effect on people where they grow on people. You know, because I went back and I listened to Life of Pablo about 3 months ago, and there was a couple of joints on there that I could, you know, that I could kind of get into, but I never really revisited it. And I just don't see myself necessarily coming back to this because it's not my.
That's crazy.
Pusha album is better to me. I only dislike one song on the Pusha T album. That's it.
I think
the
that
rest
this
of it is
album
hard.
is his best album since. Well, my favorite album is Graduation, so I think this is his best album. Like I didn't care for Pablo. I really didn't care for Yeezus. So this is automatically leapfrogs them two albums.
Oh wow. But did you like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy?
It was okay. It was part. I'd say I like 50% of that album, and 50% of that album I get. That album need to be like 7 songs.
I like I like the stuff that Kanye didn't produce on that album.
Yeah.
But my thing about this album is I'm a two mind musically. Just looking outside all the crazy shit. Like I said, I think this is his best album in the last couple of years. Now, with the crazy shit, taking that into consideration and listening to this album, it actually made me sympathetic to Kanye. Before I was like, this nigga just whatever. This album made me sympathetic because this nigga is sick. This nigga is sick, yo. And speaking personally, because I know there's someone, a member of my family who goes through bipolar disorder, and I've seen them in their manic stages. Man, this remind me of that situation, because when motherfuckers get manic, they start spouting all kinds of shit, and that's what he doing on his album. You listen to the end of the song, "Yikes," when he talking about, yeah, bipolar, it's my superpower, it's not a disability. Yeah, that's the same shit that niggas say when they get manic. This nigga need help. So it made me feel sorry for him.
Didn't he say that he stopped taking his meds though?
Yeah, he said, because in that same song, he talking about how bitches still want him on his meds or off his meds. It don't matter. So yeah, this nigga is off his med. He is manic, and that nigga needs some help. So it made me feel sad for Kanye.
What did? I'm sorry, I like blinked out for a minute. I got a phone call. What you say now? What made you feel sad for him?
That he's manic, and the way he's talking, all his ad libs on the album, it sounds like the rantings of a man going through mania.
Right, and that situation kind of gives a context to it, and a context to all of his recent work that kind of changes the way that you perceive him. Changes the way you perceive what he said, changes the way you perceive what he did, and you're not trying to excuse him for it, but at the same time, it's like, this nigga really off. And
this nigga is sick.
I have a soft spot. Exactly, and I have a soft spot for people who are going through that because I've witnessed it.
Yeah, because I was just saying, I got a member of my family who's bipolar, so I've witnessed it too.
I've witnessed it, so I'm like, I understand it, and
I've seen
like
niggas blow through their money, and you just can't stop them. Like, why are you spending all this money?
Right. And I think even him doing a project like this and talking about the things that he talked about is cathartic to a point where he's able to find some kind of healing through talking about what he talked about. The song that really struck me, like, I don't like the project as a whole because I'm just not really into the production style anymore. You know what I'm saying? With the weird singing and this, that, I'm just not really into that right now. I'm more into what Black Thought is doing, but we'll talk about that. But the song he got where he talking about his wife and talking about that she should have left him and she didn't, and stuff like that.
Yeah, never leave.
That shit resonates. Because you see this nigga going through all kinds of craziness and being wild and being ridiculous, and she sure as hell could have left him. So that part of it is very genuine. I like that part of it.
I say if you want to know this nigga's state of mind, if you just listen to 2 songs on the album, listen to Yikes and listen to Never Leave, and that pretty much would explain this nigga's whole state of mind.
Right. Man, fuck Kanye.
Oh, damn.
Knew that was
probably.
Fuck him. Manic depressive, whatever the fuck you're going through. Who fuck him? Who gives a fuck?
Oh, damn.
Let's talk about this Black Thought and Ninth Wonder shit.
Shit.
Probably.
Fuck that nigga. I ain't even got to even.
Yeah, I ain't even think, man. I heard Black Thought, man. I ain't think about shit but this.
Oh, I'm sorry. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing?
We talking about we was just addressing kind of like the fact it came out today, the thoughts about it or whatever, and you have every right, and I have every right to be like, fuck that nigga. That's the first time that a project came out where, because of the shit that was going on outside of the music, made me be like, kind of like, fuck that nigga. I'm not pressed about it.
Right.
Sure ain't.
But we talked about it, and it was what it was. But yeah, that Black Thought shit is crazy. That Black Thought don't have no hooks on it. Have you noticed that?
No, it really don't. It really don't. I was like, man, that first joint out the gate, it sounded like he just picked up where he left off from Flex. That motherfucker spazzed for like a straight 3.5 minutes.
Absolutely right, man. Absolutely right, man. I almost fell out of my chair. I was spazzing out.
Yeah, yo.
What's up, Gruss?
What's up, Gruss?
What's up, though? Peace, man. I got time to just sit and build with y'all, man. That's all I've been doing is listening to these albums and just digesting all this new music. But definitely that Black Thought. Woo.
That shit. But you know what though? I'm gonna say this. That shit made me feel better and confident about what the fuck I do. Every time the motherfuckers like, anytime Soul Council and Knife and them capture some ears, I'll be like, okay, now my shit ain't coming across as so weird or so quote unquote underground. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
I'm gonna stay in my bag.
Got all this stuff and it's overload, but there's still people who hold true to the art out there, man. There's still cats out there. They're just doing it. They're the front runners for the music, that we come to love.
Right. The thing is, when I was listening to that shit on my phone, and then like it's only 5 songs. So when the last song ended, and the music just stopped, I looked at my phone like, damn, nigga, that's it. It's only. I looked at my phone like, did my phone cut off?
That's the only gripe though.
That's a good gripe though. That's a good gripe.
Right.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers coming back for more.
I think they're doing this because if you have a shorter project, right? You ain't spending all this time, a year, on 50 songs. You can put out 5 songs. You got your fans base. You're like, you got their ear now. Now you can drop another project.
Right.
The EP is the shit.
But now watch how. I'm gonna tell you all this taking precedent now. All of it's gonna take precedent now because you got Kanye doing 7 songs on the project. You got this new EP with Black and Ninth 5 songs. So now it's gonna kind of shift. It's gonna probably shift to this now.
Back to the EP.
I'm gonna tell you the strategic reason behind it. The strategic reason behind it is the shorter song. So it's only 5 songs. That means motherfuckers gonna keep replaying that shit, and it's gonna make the play count go up.
And plays up.
That's gonna get them plays. Versus when you got an album with 21 songs, niggas is not listening to 21 songs.
They skipping about half of them bitches.
Yeah.
Hey, but I want to say this real quick though. Have you noticed that this is the first time in a while where we're talking about multiple artists dropping shit around the same time? Like that was a commonality when we was, coming up, where you could get Tribe Nas, all of this shit like the same week. Like this, it's been the first time in a while, so that's the good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even if we're saying it's trash.
It's blockbuster season. You know, early June. It's the beginning of summer and all that. I'm concerned about. Well, really, I'm not concerned about it being like a lull.
Yeah. Incredibles 2 coming out. Nah, let me stop.
What's coming out?
Incredibles 2. Get your super soup, nigga.
Right.
You know, they're like, man, mute this nigga early off time.
Hey, Uncle Drew.
I only have one gripe with the Black Thought Project. I thought Jay Bishop would be the hater, but it looks like I am tonight. I think his lyrics overpowered the beat.
That's okay though.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking.
Whoa, what happened? Everybody just dropped off. RTO. Okay, all right. What the hell just happened? We back. Well, I'm back anyway. See if these dudes can get back in. If not, I'll start a brand new link.
Yo,
what happened?
Dog, I got blocked. I was like, what happened, dog?
I don't know what happened, man. Everybody just dropped.
The whole joint is done. Like, yeah, I was like, oh, dang. My man hit the block all button. It's all good, man. Just re-invite everybody in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start a new hangout. So go ahead and hang up. I'll send you the link.
Word.
All right.